Moving on to Spencer Bayston and the Jason Meyers deal going south, it obviously was curious over that weekend at the Nationals when Bayston's merch was suddenly drastically marked down, and a bunch of people also noticed the team selling several sprint car engines. Jeremy Elliott then breaking the news that Bayston would be out following the Nationals, the team pulling back to just one car for the rest of the season, and Corey Day driving as much as his schedule will allow. When looking around the country at drivers on the possible hot seat, Bayston was the easy one to point at. Just a single high-limit top 5 in the 14, and he's winless in a sprint car since bagging that shortened Ironman 55 prelim victory back in 2023. Corey Day was in the mix for the high-limit championship last season in that car, and it looked bad that Bayston couldn't consistently even finish in the top 10. I'm not sure where things went sideways for Bayston, as you don't win 5 outlaw races in your career and not know how to drive a sprint car. But I was surprised it took Meyers as long as it did to make a move here. Bayston spent the weekend driving the Works Limited car out in California with Paul Silva on the wrenches, keeping his high-limit season going, and suddenly looked a lot better. Second on Friday at Tulare after leading laps, and a top 5 last night at Placerville. It's always funny how performance changes for guys who are in a contract year or suddenly battling for their careers. That desperation and added motivation suddenly helps them find some speed. Bayston hadn't led laps in a high-limit feature since April of 2024, and the only time in the last 2 years he's led laps in an outlaw feature was June 18th at Huset's. He then backed that up by finishing 14th the next night and missing features the final 2 nights of the High Bank Nationals. This is going to be an interesting silly season heading into 2026, but I don't know where Bayston will fit in. He seems like a great guy. He's won races in the past, but his performances the past few years won't make him a top pick for owners looking for new drivers. As for Meyers, there is incentive to keep the 14 out full-time with high limit the rest of the season. We know Day can't run all the shows with his NASCAR commitments, but even if Meyers doesn't plan on staying a full-time high-limit team into 2026 and beyond, he would still potentially have that high-limit franchise to sell. Who knows what that's actually worth on the open market, but it won't be nothing. And I've been told from a source that there would be at least some demand for that franchise from teams either looking to expand with high limit or make the jump to the series. This is going to be something to keep an eye on here down the stretch.